Thank you, Don King, and welcome to the big telecast live from New York City. Brian, and we've got Elizabeth off and in their place once again, just like yesterday. Anna and Peter.
Good morning. And we're going to be starting our day off with the fittest people on the planet from the CrossFit Games. These people are celebrities in their own right. They're going to be racing across our plaza on their hands in a handstand, and they're trying to get us in on the action. I don't know how that's going to go over.
CrossFit, not so fit, coming up this hour. Also, we're going to hear from Sean Hannity in the program. He's been over there in Israel. Is the ceasefire holding? We'll check in live with Sean.
But first, this happening while you were sleeping, the results coming in for primaries in 4 states.
That's right. And one of them, my home state of Kansas, where the incumbent, Pat Roberts, fended off a Tea Party challenger.
Overnight, Heather Nauert joins us now for those.
Hi there. Good morning, guys. I've got another story about a...
No kidding.
Thanks,
All right.
I'll see you later.
Thank you.
And a Fox News alert now, trouble at the airport.
Parents, do you need to quiet your crying baby? You know, as a father of 3, and Peter, you can identify with this,
Yes.
and I'm sure you've seen many screaming kids. Apparently, all we needed all along was to turn on Katy Perry music. Watch. All right. All right, meanwhile, 26 minutes before the top of the hour, and we have a Fox News alert right now.
Headlines of this hour, we turn to Heather Nauert. Good morning, Heather.
Hi, good morning to you. We've got some news from back here at home and police headlines.
No kidding, that's
Fantastic.
terrific.
Great heroism and courage. Incredible. And coming up, a Fox News alert.
Want to try it?
Yeah, show me the best way to do that.
Okay, so spread your feet wide.
Okay.
And you want to just go sit back and keep your arms straight and then go. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Anna,
Nice job.
Anna, hold on a second. You're doing really well.
Hey, don't you get up here, Steve.
Come on. Come on. Very nice.
Okay, good job.
Now, is CrossFit okay for somebody over 50? I know somebody like that.
Yes, yeah, actually, I had so they have the CrossFit Games for us, but then they have a master's level. I actually had a guy from my gym that I own, Thomas Lynn, who is in 60 plus and got 12th in the world. So,
Excellent.
Yeah, of course.
Well, then I can do any of this.
can do it.
Please
You
tell
can
me
do
it's not.
anything.
What's our next and
One of
final
the
item?
wildest things is watching these guys. They can walk on their hands.
Oh, good.
Or almost run on their hands. Can we do like a competition, men versus women?
Sure. Excellent. Sure.
Let's see. Okay.
You want to go this
So
way?
this is the start line. This is the finish line.
Good morning.
Morning.
Evangeline, I'll start with you. What are the differences between these two cases?
Well, the difference is this defendant was in his home, okay?
She was drunk. So is there a reasonable fear that this man may have had for his life? Because in order to take a life, you have to have fear for your own life.
Well, we're not 100% sure.
Banging on his door at 4:30 in the morning, and he shot. He shot and he killed her. How he can convince this jury?
Themselves or somebody being trigger happy?
Well, it could be.
Eventually, we're going to have to leave that there because I want to jump topics to Jodi Arias, because on Monday it was said that she's going to be able to represent herself in the penalty phase of her trial. Is this going to be something advantageous for her to be able to speak to the jurors one by one?
Based on her prior...
Say, hey, this was self-defense, as she has before, or is she going to start going cocoa bananas, you know, doing headstands again like we saw in the video to try to
I think that I'm not sure this was ever a death penalty.
They've already spent $1 million in it.
All right, Evangeline, Remy, and Eric, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
Fascinating stuff. 18 minutes after the hour this Wednesday morning, and coming up, brand new...
Scream first. The chemical reaction is just.
I think it's the
scintillating.
ice cream first, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
A lot of first kisses probably over root beer floats with two
I
straws.
remember growing up, we used to go to the A&W Root Beer in Algona, Iowa, and it was always a happy day when my...
Said there's probably a lot of first kisses over root beer floats with two straws.
I think you're right.
That would probably result in a lot of root beer float mustaches.
Mustaches, yes.
All right. All right, so go to A&W and get a free root beer today.
Yummy.
Meanwhile, brand new video into Fox and Friends right now. Listen to the moment 2 double-decker buses crashed in the heart of Times Square, just about 2 blocks from right here. Today's matinee day, where they have the matinees on Times Square and Broadway. Peter, is driving under the influence of prescription drugs? Is that on par with a DUI?
It's absolutely akin to a DUI. And anyone who drives in Manhattan knows that the peril that's sometimes posed by some of these buses. They're kind of the bane of my existence when I drive here in the city. They're kind of a pain in the neck, and you wonder sometimes who's actually training some of these folks, and there's a bunch of different lines out there. A lot of lawsuits, big investigation, I predict big regulation moving ahead against these types of bus lines to prevent exactly these type of accidents.
Yeah, those double-decker buses, they're so huge, they're so long that they block entire intersections. I was riding my bike home yesterday and couldn't get through, and all the cabs are laying on their horns. And anyway, they're super popular.
Great service, great fun, but they can be hazardous sometimes.
All right, it's now 23 minutes before the top of the hour, and Heather Nauert joins us with some news.
Good morning, guys. An update for you on a story that we've told you about.
Why couldn't we have taught our kids to do that? All right.
Thank you for the... You know what? Here, how about this? Why don't we do this? You can have this, and now we get the 2 straws.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Delicious. Maria Molina out. Meanwhile, 18 minutes before the top of the hour on this Wednesday, we showed you how children react when they find a gun in their play area. Series on children and guns, and Heather Nauert is here with more.
Hi, good morning. We're looking at this all week and because a lot of people express concern that if you have a trigger lock on your gun or if you have it stored in a song, that might take tomorrow.
And great advice that it should be just one of those questions. Do you have allergies? Do you have a pet? Do you have a pool? Do you have a gun?
Yeah.
Just put it out there, just conversation.
Yeah, and it's something that, you know, I'm a parent of 2, but it is such a good question because you want your kids to be safe at all times, and we know how curious kids are.
Sure, and most gun owners are absolutely responsible, and you know, my friends who have guns in their homes, they have the gun safes, they've got the vaults, it's all locked up.
And
but it doesn't hurt to ask.
And we are not saying don't.
Thoughtful report that you've done. I know my own experience in my own family, a lot of police officers, and that was always the concern that my uncles had when people were coming over for a party. I remember this as an older teenager. They were so vigilant to make sure that their off-duty weapons were put away in a way that no one could get them, so it's important. Thanks for doing it.
Thanks for mentioning that.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, meanwhile, straight ahead, it's happened again. Billions of internet passwords stolen, only this time, it's worse. There's a chance that you are a victim, and we've got the details straight ahead.
Then this is amazing. A Navy, that doesn't happen more often, though. That gap is about this big, and people are on their cell phones.
It does happen. In major subways in the United States, they have airbags that emergency service brings, and they you know,
is that right?
inflate it, and it will separate the car from the platform. And usually the outcome is a lot worse. Amputations, death, and like that. So that's wonderful. People jumping in.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Great.
All right.
A wife and mother missing for weeks, found dead. Authorities discovered her body yesterday near her SUV. The details on the investigation. Ainsley, incredibly sad story.
Yeah, we've been following this now for weeks, and it is sad this morning to report that she is no longer with us. But the cause of death still not released yet. Detectives are still processing on the scene.
Ainsley, thanks for the update.
Sure.
What a terrible story. I wonder if they found a note.
Yeah.
Don't know at this point. All right. We turn now to Heather Nauert, who has got the search.
Dance. You got the new dance. You can do the mouth, too.
That is adorable. All right, 23 minutes before the top of the hour. Time for some weather. And Brian's back there. Thank you very much for joining us.
A delight. Thank you. Delight to be with you.
Join us on foxandfriends.com for the After the Show show. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good to see you.
So long, everybody.